welcome back to Two Homers and a Realist. We've had some time to think about it. This is the midweek pod before South Carolina, after Texas. So we're going to have a lot to discuss. I'm Steve.
Lucas.
Jay.
Connor.
And we're back at full strength, which is good. And maybe the Sooners will be back at full strength for the road game against South Carolina that is proving to be, yet again, another must-win or almost must-win game for the Sooners to keep all their hopes and dreams alive, and importantly for Brent Venables and his entire regime if they want to keep their jobs. So let's reflect a little bit back on Texas, and we've had some time to look and analyze and think about things. I guess to summarize my point of view, I'm still angry, I'm still disappointed, frustrated. I still put a lot of blame on the coaches, especially what happened at the end of the half is indicative of bad coaching. I think also bad coaching will relate to where I'm putting more focus, and that's less on Arbuckle, more on Mateer. I'm not blaming Mateer as much as I'm blaming the coaches for not being ready and doing what it took to understand if Mateer was ready. One practice out of 17 days and just on Monday, that's just not enough. You didn't test it. You didn't see what he could do, if that's the case. To a degree, the proof was what we saw on the field, but maybe, and we saw a video today about maybe he got a concussion. It looks like he took a really, really bad hit, helmet to helmet. How that wasn't targeting, I don't know. Early on in the first quarter.
Yeah.
And then the whistle blows, and yet the guy comes at his knees and he hits his head on the ground again. So I don't know if that was it, if it was just something else, but definitely we did see, as Jay was saying, a lot of receivers running open in a lot more situations than we realized. Still, the running game isn't where we want it to be. The blocking, especially in rushing, isn't where we want it to be. So there's still a lot of concerns to go around. I guess I've tempered a little bit in how much I'm upset, and I don't want to get caught up in being one of these guys who just loses their brain because of one game. But it was an important game, and it seemed to say a lot to me. Any other thoughts about Texas from you guys?
I mean, Jay mentioned that he thought he saw on TV that there were guys open and he was going different directions. I wasn't sitting in the end zone like I normally do, so I didn't see the plays develop quite as well. So maybe that's why I couldn't catch some of those open receivers.
It's shocking when you have good seats.
I think I saw a video of 5 different times, and I can remember 2 of those 5 thinking, oh, he should have checked down for 8 yards there instead of trying to fit that in 15 yards down the field.
Oh, some of those were guys.
Well, some of them were either like touchdowns or massive
yeah,
games.
up the seam.
Yeah.
And I mean, how many of those do you get a game, right? You miss those, and that's it. In a game like that,
I guess
that defense.
I guess the defense that's the top 20 defense.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you have to make the plays when they're available, especially when the running game is non-existent. Every throw makes a huge difference, and he wasn't on his game. I mean, that was his D game, and you can't afford to do that when you're facing a team like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same story that we've been saying for the last few years. I mean, I know I've said this. I did see a couple of the plays, and yeah, you've mentioned it, Jay, and I've seen some of the videos we've sent to each other of receivers running open. 84 being the most blatant miss. Who's number 84? Remind me. It's a guy that didn't get in a lot.
Oh gosh.
Sorry, we should know this as a.
They got thrown to twice on a little dump off route. One time, Carry.
No, it's not Carry.
No, it's he had to play defense on one.
Michael McFinley.
Yeah, McFinley. Yeah, and he had to play defense. One of them.
Yeah, it was great defense by him. But the one where he's running up the seam into the end zone, I mean, that's in my opinion, an inexcusable miss. And that said, like
Satania was on the seam.
Satania on the seam is the one.
But it's just another.
Especially because that was a tip.
And he's
Park's interception for half. He's open at about the 10
yards before he throws the ball.
He waits. Gabe said on his podcast that the way that route's conceived, he wasn't supposed to turn that direction, and that's why Mateer threw it left and then right into the guy's arms. But he also, I guess he's expecting Burks to cut left and be in front of that guy and make a 50-50 play on it.
Well, I think he was saying that when Burks was looking back, the ball hadn't been released yet.
Yeah, when he
changed his route to maybe come back to him or do something. But it must have probably been at the exact same time that he decided, oh, he's not throwing it. He was throwing it, and it just didn't.
Which is late.
Just didn't mesh.
It was late for sure.
Yeah, it's a lot of those same topics that we've talked about with Dylan Gabriel and Jackson Arnold, where I don't feel like we know how to again, and falling back on an old statement, we're not throwing guys open. Or even when they are open, we do not want to hit them in stride for
We're not
big
seeing the
games,
field.
right? Like, yeah,
We felt like
He
the
was,
first couple of
though.
games of the
He
season,
was.
we said
Yeah.
he's doing what Jackson Arnold wasn't
Yes.
doing, and he was throwing to the guy as they're making their break on the route. And this game, it was just not there at all.
yeah, and I think in the first of
And
the
it's a
season,
timing issue.
our biggest criticism, even on those ones where he is maybe doing what Jackson wasn't last year, it was the criticism of he's throwing the ball too hard, or he's not putting the
Behind
right
him,
type of
yeah.
Mhm.
right type of
Touch.
velocity behind, or the touch behind it, right? So we just haven't had a culmination of good mechanics plus good timing plus reading a defense
Mhm.
all come together at one time, and you got to have that. I
And
mean,
so, to give him a little bit of grace, he's young in the system. He's young in against this type of and level of
He's
defense.
not young in the system.
He's young in this system with these players and all. I mean, I know he's been with Arbuckle, but this is new. This is 6 games.
young in the system relative to the talent he's
And the
had
guy can have
around.
and the guy can have a bad game.
And the talent he's going
Well,
against.
we talked about him
Yeah,
throwing
talent
behind
on
us
both
because our guys are probably faster than Washington State
Right.
guys. So when but that was a lifetime ago. Honestly, I mean, he should be acclimated to their speed by the time we start game 1.
Well, and you know what? If he comes back, just real briefly, if he comes back, the back half of the season and next season, we may be looking at somebody that is comparable to the better quarterbacks that we've seen before. That he continues to progress. So we got to give him just a chance, I think, at that.
I wasn't very upset after the game. I'm still not upset. I don't know if I've just,
You're numb.
no, I finally realized it's just more than one game now.
It was a low stakes game too.
It just is. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to lose to Texas. I hate
You know
Texas. It sucks. On to the next. I mean, we
Right.
have to win
I would
this weekend.
I would agree with that to an extent. If
I
they
hope the
just
team. I
did-
hope the team has moved on more than you guys have.
Right.
Yeah, I hope they have
They
too.
always should.
But I mean, you go back and the word I was using, I mean, we look fundamentally broken on offense, and it's not just Mateer. Like
But only in the
it's-
second half.
yeah, but I mean, even that, like, I'm not even just talking about the scheming or the passing or Mateer's success specifically. Like, even if all of that happens with the stretch that we have coming up, I don't know how we outlast this stuff without an offensive line and without a run game. And there's no sort of grace that I can give any part of that group or those groups to say that I'm confident that it's going to get better.
Well, I think we worried about that. Maybe not enough, but it's
No, I
it's
mean, I
been
think
a
it's all been on the
concern.
front of our minds, right? Like, and it's the same thing. We're just hoping that it kind of finally clicks. But when has it clicked in
Well,
the last few years, though?
the last few, not
hasn't.
so many, but in general, we've been on a Texas on trajectory of the offensive line coming together.
For sure.
Last couple of years, not so much, which is troublesome
Last
all the way around.
4 years, not so much.
And so even under Stoops, we would really be on that. Texas was a benchmark game. We'd win it and we got better. We'd lose it and we got better. We lost one year and we beat Kansas State in Manhattan 55-0. And that was a good Kansas State team.
I
And
mean,
that
you know what Stoops post-Texas record
turned
is?
everything around. Oh,
Undefeated.
Trivia question, no, 15-1.
15-1.
15-1 post-Texas.
yeah.
That's a
So
crazy stat.
it's a heck of a stat.
Win or lose, obviously.
Yeah.
Right. So this could be somewhat on schedule. The team is 5-1. It just seems a little, I don't know. I vacillate between the two feelings of I'm really frustrated and really worried with things I see and things that haven't gotten better. At the same time, team is 5-1. Stuff is in front of them. I'd hate it if somebody was judging performance if I were on the team or a coach so harshly just because the game didn't and not that they wanted to lose it, but just when the game doesn't go
And it's
well.
always a game that you never know. I mean, the 2018 lost to Texas.
Yeah.
And
2015 lost the
and
Texas.
after Texas, we scored 65 points a game the rest of the season until the Florida game.
Well, and you look at the remaining schedule that we have and the teams that we're going to play. You couldn't ask out of that group of teams. You couldn't ask for a better game, I don't think, than the one
Post Texas.
than you're going to get.
No.
I know it's at South Carolina.
No,
Well, now preseason it didn't look so good.
No, exactly. But now
Yeah.
you're just like, thank God it's South Carolina.
Mhm.
Maybe you're thinking LSU at home
It'd
would be a
great
little
if it
bit
was
better.
Kentucky.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be
Yeah.
or
Arkansas.
Mississippi.
Yeah,
Arkansas. It'd be
Arkansas.
beautiful. But I mean, out of the remaining ones, I mean, thank goodness it's South Carolina, a team that just fired their offensive line coach this week and going in with still one of the best defensive lines in the country. So Steve, I'm kind of with you. Like I'm teetering back and forth between frustration and hope, but a lot rides on what we're going to see Saturday. Early game on the road.
I also fundamentally don't think it's you know a massive shift of what needs to happen, which is where
Right.
some hope prevails.
Right.
And it's just not
The games you should win become a little bit more urgent to make sure you win.
The offense is capable of making minute changes that can
Well,
affect it.
I just wrote it down. I'm thinking the same thing. We're close. We're close. Just like we used to be in defense. But I think more so than defense, offense is closer than defense used to be when Riley used to say that crap.
Oh, absolutely.
And the thing that's close is the passing game is close to being lethal.
And also,
The
we have the
running
tools.
game isn't, and we have the tools.
Like, we didn't
The
have the
running
tools on
game
defense.
is not close.
No.
If it's close, then man, it's a backdoor close that I'm not seeing.
Yeah, this offense personnel wise is far more capable than
Than that
those
defense.
defenses were personnel wise of becoming elite or good to some degree.
Yeah, and I think scheme wise too, it's a better scheme than what we used to see in the defense. Just crazy stuff we used to see in the defense. Something that occurred to me, I don't think we brought it up on this pod, was the lack of turnovers is critical, and that's a negative factor that is holding the team back from at least looking better than they look. Maybe also being 6-0, but they would be putting a lot more style points, or they'd look the part more so with some turnovers here and there. One of the things that hurts that though is the offense isn't scoring a lot. I mean, the offense isn't scoring a lot. The opposing offense doesn't have to take the same chances. So even though, and especially because they got a good defense, they're like, just keep it safe. If they have to take chances and we box them in, then we'll probably create turnover opportunities that just don't exist right now because we're not putting points on the board and forcing the issue.
Which we
on that
talked about
side.
preseason. It was going to be nice
Mhm.
for this defense to maybe become elite just based on the fact that if we're playing
What
with
the
the
offense
lead,
can do.
yeah, if we're playing with the lead offensively,
They can tee
let
off.
this defense do what it needs to do, and it could be
Well,
completely lights
we're
out.
not taking kill shots when we have the chance. I mean, you look at the first quarter of that game on Saturday. Could have been 17-3 or 17-0. Honestly, I mean, you got multiple chances where Texas gives you the ball back. It's like, man, you got a chance to really
Yeah.
open this up.
Well,
Yep.
even when
And-
he does complete a nice pass to Deion Burks, 25 yards down the field, there's 10 yards between him and the safety,
Doesn't
and
make
he
the
can't make a
damage.
miss.
No. I saw somebody say CeeDee Lamb would have scored from there.
Oh, but see, yeah,
Yeah. That is,
And he has against Texas with
Yes.
5 guys around him.
and that's we criticize the
We-
running game that
have
But
we-
that also is.
it's like we're running.
No, has anybody
receiver we ever had.
has anybody on this team,
No.
this entire team, broken a tackle?
They're like
Like
mad.
legitimately
running
broken a
backs,
tackle.
Wide receivers rarely do.
No,
Well, I'd love to.
Didn't Canick break a couple?
okay, but
Yeah.
it's like so far.
But I would
for
love to
sure.
know what our yards after contact
It
after
can't be good.
receptions are.
No.
It cannot
Like
be.
it's got to be low and
No.
average. But that's been the case for a long time though. Like we
Yeah.
we have been
Lower
hitting-
our head and go to people.
Yeah.
Rather than avoid them.
It-
or it's just sit down routes where we know
Yeah.
we're gonna get tackled.
Even when they avoid it, the foot it's an ankle tackle, like
Right.
a one-footed ankle
Mhm.
tackle every time.
Well, I think that's a sign of the defense is right with you instead of the defense is desperate. So when you back in the Lincoln Riley days, if they're putting a hand on you, it's a much more desperate hand than where they're able to put it on our guys. And some of that's the routes.
I guess
Some of that it's
some of it's
I mean, some of them
you
having two
just
guys
gotta
in the
make-
middle.
you just gotta
Mentality.
make people miss.
If you got 2 receivers within 8 yards of each
you
other,
got 2 defenders.
you got 2, maybe 3 defenders in
Yeah.
that area, and you catch it. If the shorter guy catches it, that gives him 2 or 3 guys that can make a chance.
But look, Deion Burks is your number 1 wide receiver, right? We can name 25 receivers of the last 20 years plus that I'll take
Maybe
you
they
one-on-one in
miss.
the open field.
Yeah, I'd
Right.
take Joaquin Iglesias over Burks.
You can name, we can just sit here for the next 20 minutes.
I don't think
Whatever.
Burks is our number 1 wide receiver though. At this point,
I think he is right now.
I think Satania is.
I think
Okay,
Satania
then-
And I think
He's
they
not making
both.
people miss.
He's
either.
not, yeah.
No, I'm not saying he is, but I think he's your
Yeah.
most explosive, most talented
Yeah,
wide
I
receiver.
agree.
in the
Okay, but
field.
if you talk about like a slot receiver that's quick and fast as Burks, because he is quick and fast and he's strong. It's not like he's
Strong.
not like he's a frail guy or something
for
like
sure.
that, right? He's got to be getting out of those tackles.
This team's
They're
missing.
even touched. Why was
This
he even
team
touched?
is
in
missing a
opener?
Drake Stoots. What
Yeah,
happened to
we
Jacob
have one.
Jordan?
Yeah, he just
What
doesn't play.
He hasn't played this shit.
All he does
He's
is
been
get
in a couple
open.
times.
He gets open and catches everything, but he can't play.
It shocks me that in third and fourth quarters of games that are close, that the other guys aren't executing, that you don't at least give him a shot to get in there when it's 3rd and 7, and he can go sit in a zone at 9 yards and make that catch.
You know what's weird?
And he is
only,
a yard after contact guy.
he only
Yeah.
He
gets
takes hit and eats up tackles.
it takes him till about this time of the year to get on the field.
It's weird. It's back to
True.
Yeah.
an issue we've had with DeMarco, but it seems like it's offense wide. Strange rotations. Just what is driving the substitutions? What's driving the rotations? It seems so willy-nilly. It seems without purpose. It's like we're testing things out
Like
as
last-
if it's preseason.
Last year was the Ole Miss game, right? He was the only one that could get open and make catches.
Right.
Yeah.
In Ole Miss game.
He balled out.
And then I go to the Navy game, and I think Carrion got, I don't know, 5 or 6 catches, but literally they could have thrown to him 20 times
Yeah.
because the size difference between him and everybody else in the field is massive. I mean, if
He
he's
wouldn't fit
6'5"
on
or whatever, and you got the guys that are 5'11"
No.
or 6 foot, he can go up and get balls. It's not 50-50 balls, but just throw them to him when he's semi-open, and he can
Right.
make that catch because he's towering over everybody covering.
He's bigger, he's more physical.
So
Yeah.
I guess Mateer in practice this week, or an interview rather, was talking about the surprise of how explosive the Washington State offense used to be when he was there, or was, and how this was a little surprising to him. This is unexpected and not what they are used to.
It's nice.
So it kind of explains a little bit of the dilemma or the problem. Like the game is going pretty fast for him, I think, and maybe he's going to catch up to it, but he doesn't have a lot of time. SEC defense is obviously a little less forgiving.
And probably Arbuckle too.
Oh, I think so for sure.
Well, and the games we hang our hat on right now are Michigan and Auburn. Auburn hasn't won a game since they played us,
They have not
But
beaten the
they're
refs.
good.
and yeah, they legit should have beat Georgia last week. And then Michigan goes and lays an egg against USC. So our best 2 wins of the season aren't looking great, and we've literally, outside of South Carolina, the rest of those teams are all better than both of those teams.
I don't know who has any great wins.
Ohio State beating Texas is probably pretty good.
Is it?
Is it?
Bama
I-
beating Georgia's good.
Is it? It's pretty
Yeah.
good.
But I mean,
I
like,
think Bama beating Vanderbilt might be the
but like
Indiana-
Indiana
Indiana
probably has
is
the
it?
most impressive win.
Indiana.
how good's Oregon?
Yeah, but still, you go up to Eugene.
They went to
undefeated Oregon.
They went to overtime with Penn State. They just fired their coach mid-season.
Regardless, and that's the thing. Though, the fact we're having the argument is saying how much parity there is. Like, I don't think it's any secret, but at the same time, like, I can go look at some of these teams and see more competent offenses or more complete teams than what we've shown up to this point. To Lucas's point as well, like, I think I've been hanging my hat on those 2 wins, and I am proud of them. It's not like I'm gonna
Yeah, they're not
discount
bad
them at all.
wins.
But I'm also like, crap, when we do go play some of these other teams, especially after what I saw on Saturday, when I do have to go play, yeah, at this point, like Missouri, or I have to go to
Mhm.
Tennessee or to Tuscaloosa.
they're
Well,
only
what are
the-
their wins though?
I'm just saying, like, in general, like, it doesn't, I don't feel any better about what this team is.
Well, you can't.
Right
no,
now.
because
but I'm
they're
saying,
only-
but there's virtually nobody across the country. Maybe Miami.
But I do feel better about those other teams that I mentioned, is maybe what I'm saying. I don't feel like I'm better than those teams right now.
I mean,
With what I've seen,
35
not
to
better
6
than
or whatever
what
that
team? Bama,
first game against
Tennessee,
Illinois was,
Right.
wasn't a
even
great
maybe
game.
Missouri, which is scary.
Yeah.
Like,
So I think that's legitimate feeling though, because that's the first half of the season and that's gone.
right.
Those games are only worth what they were worth in the moment. It's past. They're not going to get us to where we want to be. Just success going forward can get us to where we want to be. You're glad they were wins, because if they were losses, we'd be looking
Talking
at
about
a really, really
completely
difficult
different thing,
situation.
yeah.
But we're looking at a difficult situation regardless. One of the things that we're going to need to get through this difficult situation with victories would be a run game. We're going to get a run game? What do you guys think?
Nope.
After what I saw on Saturday you bring Robinson out of the freaking depths of whatever that group
How
is.
weird was that?
And just say, hey,
Hey, you haven't played
you
all
haven't
season.
played all year,
Here's
but
Texas.
go make a difference.
Yeah, go play for State.
A, it's not fair to him. B, I love that he was in the game, but it's like, why is he not getting reps beforehand? That's the type
Right.
of running. Him and Blaylock as a 1-2 right now sounds amazing.
It does. And
I
it will,
mean-
and it could be by 4 games in.
Right.
but we're half a game in.
Oh, if you had a Kennedy Brooks, Sermon type, bring in, you've got,
We do. Well, we don't have a Kenny Brooks, but
yeah.
I mean,
Well, you
But-
might
but-
have.
but if you-
Robinson
No, but
could
if
be
you had
felt-
if you had a Blaylock
Foreman.
for 2.5, 3/4, and you bring in a Robinson that's fresh.
The
and
problem is
big
you
and
don't have a
physical.
lead to where you can do that to
Right.
finish it.
No, I'm
Or
just
a
saying,
running game that actually
Or an
produces
offensive line.
anything.
just adding to his point, that would be,
Yeah.
as a
Yeah.
1-2 punch, if you can get that going, that would be very helpful.
It would. I'm gonna
That's
write that
amazing
down.
analysis. If you can run the ball, it would be helpful.
Yeah. No,
But-
I think
Now, as
if
much
the
as we
coaches
bitch,
swallow their pride,
yeah,
because we talked about it post game.
And they won't.
If they swallow their pride, I think we can get a quote unquote run game going with spread, QB runs, swing passes, etc.
right.
I might not be rushing yards all the time, but I think we can get the same
It'd be
effect
effective. Yeah,
Like a speed option instead of a zone read necessarily.
Sure.
sure. Yeah.
or
So-
5 wide and QB draw.
Now, as
QB
much as we
never-
bitch, we're not the worst in the SEC, and we're pretty damn close to a lot of teams, including a really good one in Alabama
in rushing,
in rushing. Real close.
We-
Real
we-
close.
32 yards against Auburn.
Real close.
I
We're-
saw- I
we're
saw the
fourth-
rankings and we're
fourth
like-
worst.
In the country, we're like 112 or something like that.
So it's
And there's
surprising how
4
little
SEC teams
gap.
below us.
So there's,
South Carolina, LSU.
if you stack all the
Texas.
teams up, 100 teams between rank 20 and 120 have somewhere in the 30s in terms of yards per, rushing yards per game.
30s?
That doesn't sound right.
Rushing yards.
Can't be in the 30s.
Hold on, let
There
me,
can't
I'll
be
go pull
100
that
teams in the
stat.
30s.
Let me pull that stat.
If I remember the yards per game, we were literally like fourth from the bottom in the SEC.
Yeah, we're fourth as the
South
bottom.
Carolina was behind us. LSU was behind us. Arkansas might have been behind us,
I think Kentucky is too.
and Kentucky maybe, which that's not great.
Well, at least we played 2 of the 4.
So rushing.
And I went back and looked at last year's stats against South Carolina, and obviously they're hugely skewed towards the first half.
The first three
I mean, the
drives.
first quarter, because it was 21-0
Yeah.
before you could blink. And the rest of the game, we actually outgained them total yards, 291 to 254.
Because they didn't have to.
Well, they didn't have to on 3 drives because they were all inside the 40.
But I mean, the rest of the game, they were just like eating clock.
Yeah.
I don't know. We kind of got after Sellers though.
I
Like,
mean, they had 74 rushing yards total last year. And we had 53. And they had 180 passing. I mean, that's not amazing.
No.
He went 17 of 27 for 180. And then they had 41 rushing attempts for 74 yards. 1.8 a carry.
That's insane.
We had 1.3 a carry. 41 for 53 yards.
We got sacked a lot though too.
Yeah, there were definitely some sack numbers in there.
We got sacked a lot.
Which they got to change.
And the
that.
time possession was 31 to 28, essentially 31-29, so in that range. And that was a 35-9 loss. But again, 21 right
21
off
of
the
those
bat.
points are pretty.
They beat us 14-9
14-9.
from the second quarter on. But is our offense any better than last year's?
Yes.
I don't know that it is.
Yes.
I'm still on the boat where I'm gonna say it's better than last year. I'm not gonna say it's good. Like
We
It's
definitely
better
can't
than
say
last.
that.
It's better than this year. Last year it was putrid.
no, last year was awful.
It's not good this year either.
It's been better than it was last year. Last year does not beat Auburn or Michigan.
Last year was so absolutely putrid.
I mean, honestly, the only thing we can hang our hat on in Auburn was the final drive to go score when you're down 17-16. And then against Michigan, you had the final drive to preserve the lead. It was like 9 minutes or whatever it was.
Well, there's more plays in a football game than that, but yeah.
Not great plays.
It feels. I mean, it just feels.
We have a Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray problem still. In
I'm
our
not
brains.
comparing to that.
In our brains.
No, but no, I don't.
At this point, I would
I'm
think
not
it's
saying I
valid.
expect that. Like that's my thing. Is like, it'd be one thing if I'm saying, oh, I expect that just eliteness or that just high octane, go get points every drive. Everything right now feels so freaking hard. Like there's nothing out there. If we're in a 3rd and 8, I'm 90% sure most of the time. I'm like, we're not getting this. Whereas, and to your point, like Kyler Baker, it'd be a 3rd and 12, and we're gonna go get a first down. But I don't. It's third and anything right
I
now.
bet we're oddly good at 3rd and long.
I mean, we had a couple,
I don't know.
Texas
Just doesn't
game,
feel like it.
we had a couple drives that we had huge 3rd down conversions to go down and kick the field goal. But after the second half started, we did absolutely nothing.
Well, and you guys brought up. I mean, you've brought it up the last couple of weeks, Lucas, and I very much agree with it now that I've watched it more. We can be so successful, and we have been relatively successful, I think, on first down a lot, and we don't do anything on second down.
We rarely ever get a
If
first down on
anything,
second down.
and it's silly. I mean, just like last week, you do the direct snap on a second down for what? Like, and not only just a direct snap to the running back, you do a direct snap to the running back with a fake handoff to your injured quarterback. What are we doing?
Well,
like-
and then later you do hand off quarterback and he throws it behind the receiver.
Yeah.
And luckily,
Thank God the
Texas
guy was
guy
standing out of bounds.
Yeah, was touching out of bounds when he
Like-
dove on it.
I don't know. It's just
We could have had 6 turnovers last week.
Christian and I were talking a lot on the way back, and something I know I brought it up on this podcast and
We're
with you
50th in
guys.
3rd down conversion.
Okay, so
It's not
not
horrible.
awful, but not what I'd want it
Not
to be.
good.
But one thing I sit back and compare it to, maybe it's not fair, but like you look at some of those Stetson Bennett Georgia teams who have these elite defenses, who are not giving up points. Stetson Bennett is taking everything that's in front of him. And again, that kid was very accurate. He was a good quarterback. Not trying to say that John Mateer and him are the same, but like there was nothing spectacular about those Georgia offenses. They just knew how to move the ball and take what the defenses were giving them and go score as many points as they needed to let their defense shut
Yeah,
down
but
the other team.
if that's your team, you probably feel like there's nothing easy for my offense.
I don't know.
I mean, I go back to Paul Thompson days. That guy was money on 3rd down. And it
But
could
you
be,
get what I'm
it could be
saying?
3rd and 4 or 3rd and 9.
If-
And every time he had the ball in his hands, I felt like we were picking it up.
But I mean, if you're winning 24-10, right? It's not like your offense was just
Okay,
moving the ball.
maybe saying easy is one thing. There's no flow. We have no offensive rhythm at all.
And we talked about he hasn't built on plays like, when you do throw the short, pass to the receiver that's blocking for the other receiver on like a wide receiver screen with 2 guys. You never go back to that later where you pump fake it and those guys go
Take
downfield
off.
or one.
Yeah.
You're never using repetitive plays to set up different plays after the fact 2 quarters later.
Yeah.
It's just not
a
there.
lot of strategy. Yeah. Seemingly.
Seamless.
I mean, we don't know. Like again, we can only watch what we can.
I mean, we're
watch.
fans. We're not exactly X's and O's at all times.
But there's a lot of stuff that we see that I think is very relevant.
I agree.
Like there's not. I mean, and with how we've performed,
Well, it's a
offensively?
simplistic sport in a way. It's extremely complicated, but you can also just with your eyes see that things aren't right.
Yeah.
With stuff.
and I feel like we have a lot of right to these opinions because of how not good it's been. It has not been good. I mean, the stat that one of you guys sent it, I think, since we've joined the SEC, we have not scored more than 2 offensive touchdowns in a game against an SEC opponent.
That's bad. Bad.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Now that you brought that up,
We were doing better than that when we were in the Big 12 and facing SEC teams
Yeah.
in a bowl game or playoff game. We were still scoring more than 2 touchdowns in some of those games.
Right. So I mean, it's just like one of those things where I really can't. You can't put a single reason on the offense why it is what it is. I think it's a culmination of a lot of bad, but I do think there's a lot of potential for some good to come out of it. But I do think there has to be some pretty significant changes. So, did you find anything?
I'm still trying to pull it up. It's yards per carry that I was thinking of. And the difference is not that big at all. But not to get down into the weeds on that. We're just not that different than a lot of the other teams in terms
You're
of
saying between like 50 and 120.
no, like from 20
it's
to
like 2 yards
120
carry difference.
is it's just or not even that.
That adds up.
Not even that. No, it's less than it's about 1.5.
What's our longest running back run this season?
Oh,
can't be more than
20
20.
yards?
And I'm sure it was
running back
Mateer.
run.
Running back run.
But Blaylock run on
Blaylock had
Saturday
that
had to have been
one.
up there.
Blaylock had that one a couple games ago.
11 was the longest run Saturday.
Um,
After the Mateer one got called back.
Didn't
the
Blaylock-
greatest block that Mechanic had.
Blaylock
in
had
midfield.
something that was 20. It was
All right, we're 117th at 3.48 yards per carry.
right.
And behind us
I would love to
is
see that,
nobody in the SEC.
but I would love to see that stat parsed down to
No
running back
non-quarterback.
carries.
Yeah.
Well, and
And not include
average
Zach.
yards per, we're fourth in average yards per game rushing because we've attempted to rush it more. And another team, so it's not completely comparable. I think Arkansas is like leading the conference in both rushing yards and passing yards per play
That's crazy.
or per game. They suck and their defense sucks. So you can't get too caught up in a stat and where you stand in it. And like I say, Alabama's right there with us basically. Still, we know it's not good and it's not where it needs to be. Transition real quickly with a question about passing. Are we going to see a deep ball? Will we see a deep ball against South Carolina?
For the first time this year, you mean?
Yeah.
We're in game 7, we're actually gonna see a ball more
I
than
think
more than 30 yards.
I think there's enough out there right now, at least criticism wise and film wise, where I could see Arbuckle and what's the quarterback coach name? Coach Krzyzewski or
Yeah,
something like that.
Coach.
Whoever's looking at film with material to say you've got to see these guys that are open because it wasn't just the Texas game. I could see Mateer forcing a deep ball.
That's what I was gonna say.
Maybe what I'm gonna say. Like
I think he'll
I
throw-
could see him trying
You want
to
to see him throwing a
take
good
a
deep
shot.
like a reasonable deep
Right.
ball that connects.
Right. Yeah, is he gonna put any air under it or is it gonna be a
Well,
freaking
yeah,
80
there,
mile per hour?
the interception that was thrown to Burks, like that was a deep throw. Obviously, it was
What,
the wrong
40
direction.
yards?
No, it was a probably 55-year.
No, we were on there half the
Yeah,
field.
we were in
'cause we
there.
were gonna kick a field goal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was like
he it was
35 yards.
Right. It was a
All right, I'm just thinking
anyway,
net
it was
totals,
55
yeah.
yards in the air, I bet.
no chance.
I would love to see, so to your point, deep ball, I would love to see a deep ball that is thrown over the shoulder of a wide receiver and he runs under it and catches it and can keep running.
Like a D.D. Westbrook,
Like
Hollywood
an
Brown.
actual deep ball.
So we did
Not
see
a frozen rope down the seam.
Right.
Which if it works, great. But like I want to see a deep ball.
You know, we've seen a desperation ball. We saw that one good scramble ball that was for Tusitania on the sideline. I wouldn't call that a deep ball the same way.
No.
I'm talking a deep ball is
Sit in the
you
pocket.
hit a guy,
See a guy.
either a rollout or sit in the pocket. You see a guy on a post route or a flag route or
Let him
just
go make
down
a
the
play.
seam. He goes and makes a play and it just hits him in stride
I can show you 30 videos of Jason White doing that.
all the way from Jason White
Bradford,
through the end.
Andrew Jones could do it.
Well,
Why can't
yeah.
John Mateer?
And so could Baker and Kyler and
Yeah.
Jalen
Caleb.
and Spencer and Caleb. Caleb was probably the weakest of all of them we just mentioned, actually. He was the most throw it up for grabs.
Yeah. At OU. he was.
Yeah.
Well, that's one thing. We certainly have not just let our guys go make plays
No. That's the thing. Like
at all.
that was a topic in the car on the way home. I mean, I'm not saying they've played outstanding. We've talked about beforehand, like they're not breaking tackles, they're not making yards after catch. But how frustrating as a wide receiver group are you? Think about Giovanni Gibson. I worked my ass off to get back. I can't get the ball because my quarterback's not seeing me.
And apparently he is a throw it up. I'm gonna
Go
out jump you,
freaking
out muscle
monster.
you, get
Yeah.
the ball. Yeah.
Which Carion is too.
So looking at the game ahead, is there anything more complex about this than you got to contain Sellers and make sure that he doesn't beat you at the second level?
No.
I don't think so.
That's it, right?
Not from the defensive side of things. I don't think so.
I mean, you got to obviously put points on the board.
I want to beat Shane Beamer really, really badly.
I do too, real bad. In fact, I'd like to get a chance to run some points up on them, but I don't think
They've got a
there's any
really
chance
good
we do
defensive
that.
end, right?
Yeah,
Like the best in the country
the
defensive
young
end.
stud from last year.
I mean, it
Dylan
may.
Brooks,
Dylan
Stewart.
Dylan Stewart.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm largely concerned about that. Like, and again, until that line can show me that they can go and do something similar to what they did against Michigan, because I think Michigan they had a relatively good game, at least in pass pro.
And that was the first time those guys that played together.
Right. So I mean, until they show, I'm gonna be very worried about our offensive line until we show that there's any ounce of protection out there.
I mean, I've got to see 3 games in a row of a good offensive line before I believe it.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's not just, oh, we run for 140 this week and do a good job on pass protection. I'm not
You're
buying
gonna write
it
that
in.
up to a fluke.
I still got to see it after that.
Yeah, your next 3 aren't easy. I mean, you got what, South Carolina, Ole Miss, and
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Oh,
Good luck.
That's rough.
so you gotta. I mean, you've got to make it. But so maybe I'm oversimplifying this like massively, and I sound like a real fan here.
That's what the show is.
And
Fan base show.
in the stands coach. One thing with the offensive line that I've not been able to, and it's because of the large sample size we've had over the last 2 to 4 years. I don't understand as an offensive line group and as someone like Bill Bedenbaugh, how like from a mentality standpoint, you can't go out there and just say, I know I'm going to get beat here and there, but I'm just going to be a freaking dog like the dudes on defense are, and I'm not going to let anyone get by me.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like all we're trying to do is just finesse and move
It
people
is so finesse.
as opposed to just like, I don't give a damn.
Put
I'm
'em in the
going to
dirt.
put you on your ass.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if you huge.
I mean, how many times do we have personal foul penalties for a decade from offensive linemen? You know, we've
Oh,
got
Drew Samia,
Because-
Powers, Ben Powers.
Orlando Brown,
Orlando
Oh, yeah.
Brown.
Atlanta.
Cody Ford.
Yeah,
I
Like,
used to get
there's
mad
no
at
dogs.
Oh,
There
so
are
bad.
no dogs on the line.
I agree.
I'm just like, if I'm in that,
What did that coach say?
they're getting crapped on every week.
We got a bunch of kitty cats, not
Yeah.
dogs.
Yeah. Like they're just getting completely wrecked every week. Outside media, I'm sure internally they're like, man, what are we doing? I'm sure Beanbo's killing them, but like, go change it. Just
Yeah.
go be better.
Well,
Put
they're
Fasusi
not
and Foj out
doing
there.
the stuff that they were doing in all those years of success either.
Right.
Which is just push and go. It's this finesse and this coordination. It's creating piles. It's creating opportunities for guys to get rolled up on.
And they don't know what they're doing
No,
though in
yeah.
those situations.
Yeah.
It's like when we used to have guards who would pull, I was like, man, pulling guard, like now it just looks like a traffic jam because no one knows
Exactly.
who they're blocking in front of them.
It's just pull and go.
wild.
And they just found a hat.
Right.
And they just were in the next level. And here goes the running back.
And also quit telling Jaron Canick to pick up blocks when he should not be
No,
doing that.
it's
need
gotta
man-
stop.
I didn't.
Don't let the tight ends block. Go put a freaking 6th offensive lineman out there.
Well, the
I
fact
don't care.
the fact that after watching last year, us do that with Bauer Sharp,
That we thought we could
that
actually
we
do
thought
something
anything
with
else would
Jaron
change.
Canick.
It's that's
or
almost
any of
We
those
did
tight
the whole
ends.
rest of the season.
it's almost
Nothing changed last year.
So
I don't it's shocking.
To me-
4 or
I'm not
5
gonna
games,
lie.
Bauer Sharp proved that he couldn't block.
We're asking people to do
anybody,
we're
and
asking
you
people to
still-
do stuff they shouldn't do.
Yes.
So now I'm back to, I don't understand why Joe John Finley still has his job. That's a knock against Brent that until proven otherwise, that he still has a job. DeMarco Murray's completely in my doghouse and
Bill's getting there.
Bill's getting there.
Aaron Jones is getting there for me.
I agree. Emmett Jones has been touted as this elite recruiter, and the only people starting for us are from small schools.
But
It's a concern.
but also like I'm not disagreeing with you. But what opportunity have those guys had to show that they can do anything?
I don't. I feel like
They're not getting enough
I
separation.
feel like Shitty Lamb and Hollywood Brown and Mark Andrews and other people would be getting the football. I don't know. Maybe they wouldn't be.
I don't know. I still chalk it up a little bit. I mean, you're looking at Mateer who thinks
Maybe
his
Burks is a good player. I
You
think
think
Fitz Haney is a good player,
his safest throw right now is to Jaron Canick.
but he didn't even do that.
And you're not telling me that Jaron Canick's getting more like he's running a better route or doing something better than 4 other guys on the field. If he is, then that's a bigger concern. You're
All I
right,
know
isn't
is
it?
we've had several, like I said, recruiting rankings or whatever you want to call them. We have multiple 4-star high school recruits on this roster, and none of them play.
That's fair. I don't know. The
What
offensive
school-
staff
okay,
holistically has
I'll
to be
tell you what.
And you put him fourth on that list.
What school did
Of
your
concern.
Michael McFinley go to? Exactly. And he was out there for E6. We don't even know what school he came from.
And Lucas, to your point, like Carrion's not out there.
What school did Giovanni Gibson come from?
Pine Bluff? Was it Arkansas Pine Bluff?
I don't know. We'll look it up. The point is, that's our most explosive, dangerous player, supposedly.
Satania went to Arkansas. Burks went to Purdue. Come on.
Big time schools.
Big
Big time.
times.
I mean, the number one player in the state of Oklahoma last year, a true freshman who said his testing numbers are off the charts testing numbers, like NFL combine testing numbers for a true freshman. He's not on the field.
What's
But
going
yet on the
with that?
defensive side of the ball, it's literally like anybody we've brought in
Every person
has been incredible.
Yes.
Jaden Jackson as a freshman's a badass. David Stone towards the end of his freshman year was a badass, and now he's incredible as a sophomore.
There's
Okoye's getting snaps.
There's nobody on
Yeah.
defense that you're like, why is this
His
guy not on the
line's
field
covered.
yet?
He's-
They're
he's-
all on the field.
Yeah, the only
All
thing
of-
they don't have is enough space to get them all out there.
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean, you had
There's
Eli
no
Bowen starting as a
drop-off.
freshman. Guillory was a freshman.
We have the
is a
same
freshman.
4 wide receivers playing every snap,
Brent's not exempt though.
And we
for
have-
some of his rotations on defense.
and we have 6 safeties that play.
I will say that.
I think he's a walk-on, right?
Huh?
Yeah,
Heineke.
lacrosse
Yeah.
player.
And he's an awesome linebacker. I
Yeah.
mean, he's missed a couple plays here and there.
Every player on defense has played extremely well.
well, it seems like
Our
it's a
shades are
different,
little suspect.
Just that game.
it seems like
Just
it's
that
a
game.
different mindset and environment. It's a
They all got the
competitive,
dog in them.
let's get it. They got dog. It's iron sharpening iron. It's just like pushing each other. I'm gonna get better. I'm competitive to get on the field. Where it's like some kind of, I don't know, high school drama going on the offensive
But,
side.
but that's how Lincoln was.
Yeah, offensively,
Yeah.
like
Offensively,
the defense is now.
yes.
I'll never, I don't understand this like veteran or experience driven decision making on the offensive side of the ball right now. Like, and that's what it is. I mean, that's what DeMarco's always been. And DeMarco has put himself in a position where I'm just like, you need to go.
But he is at least playing a freshman. Who's our
Yeah,
best runner?
Fair enough.
Well, yeah, but you
But
know
look
why he's the best running back? Because
he
he's a
hasn't been-
freshman.
he hasn't been coached out yet?
Yeah.
Hasn't been coached out.
Exactly.
Look
He hasn't
at
been
the
corrupted.
running
He's gonna
backs
have a
that
great
have left.
junior year
Right.
for some
Somewhere
other
else.
school.
Yes.
Tommy Walker, Wisconsin had a hell of a year. Sawchuk's having a good year at Florida State.
He ran off Trey Sermon,
McGowan had a solid season. Trey Sermon
went and almost
was
won a
awesome.
national championship
Won
with
that
Ohio
championship
State.
at Ohio State. I mean, it's been one after another
It
that have
has.
left as a running back and have turned out.
And Smothers
Pretty
is
good.
playing well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't, yeah.
So, I wrote off, we had our concerns about when Arbuckle came in and he kept all these same staff. We gave him a little benefit of the doubt, the entire regime, but now I'm back to really being concerned about that.
But we also talked about
Because
he didn't really have a tree to
He
pull.
might not have a tree, he's young, but that also might be a knock against hiring him. Still,
I'm tired of
regardless,
this tree crap. Just go get someone
Go
that
get
knows
the
how to
guys.
coach a position.
I
Great.
know, I agree.
I don't care.
And so I'm
well I know
worried
you
because
and
they
what we're
didn't
doing
do
in the
that.
meeting rooms. Give me
They
a
kept
freaking
these
break.
guys.
Yeah, and this is a school big enough that you could draw from
Anywhere.
anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a big enough job.
Oh, you can coach receivers. You know what you're doing? Great.
So it looks
Hi,
to me
nice to
like
meet you. I'm Arbuckle. This is what I like to run. Can you
And
teach my guys to run that?
another knock against Brent is I don't think he would do that defensively. I don't think he would just say, well, we're going to just keep this guy. He go get the guy. He go get a D-line coach or whatever the position needed to
He didn't
be.
go get a defensive
He
coordinator.
go get that guy. Yeah, he did. He got himself, and he's the best one in the business. So he doesn't take that same accountability to the offensive side of the ball. He just wants it to be good enough, it seems like.
Well, that's where the head coaching aspect concerns me is it's hyper focused on what he needs to focus on to be successful within his group.
Right.
And let's just let it kind of, if we're going to hire Arbuckle, we're getting Latrell out. It's fresh blood. That's going to work itself out. I've got enough
You want
experience with Beadenbow and these other guys
you
who
want
like
co-head coaches? You want to have co-head coaches? Fine.
Yeah.
Name Kevin Wilson.
This is
Kevin,
good.
you're overseeing this whole offense thing. Go. Take it.
Yeah.
Yell at who you want to. Demote, promote who you want to.
How do we know he's not doing
Pick
it?
rotations because of the way it looks. That's how I know.
I mean,
I
long
was
is it-
on board with Arbuckle. I was excited and hopeful as everybody else, and I still think there is hope. He's a young guy.
I'm with you. I still hope.
But this is what we're talking about is why I was excited about the possibility of like a Dan Mullen. Because I think Dan Mullen would be that guy on the offensive side of the ball. And he would have
I don't think that was realistic, but I would have been
he
excited
would have
about
a
it.
staff
Right.
to draw from. He would have
Sure.
people that even if he didn't get along with you, I don't like you, I can't stand you, but you
But
coach
you're-
the hell out of running back.
I mean, you could have brought in Bobby Petrino if you wanted something like that too.
Yeah.
Not Oklahoma.
Except he has ulterior motives.
Yeah.
And Dan Mullen might have as well. But heck, if
I'm
his
just
ulterior
saying,
motive
but-
was to bounce, that's fine.
I'm just saying for what we're complaining about.
Yeah.
That's
sure.
the type of person
Yeah.
that they're gonna have it.
Right.
They're gonna have their guys. And like I said, this is a professional sport,
Right.
like it or not.
Loyalty's after the fact.
And I don't care if we don't get along. Can you recruit? Yes. Do you know how to coach your players? Yes. Well, let's just do it.
I'm just
Yeah.
tired of seeing like quote unquote lesser teams with more competent offenses than what we have.
Yep.
There's no excuse for it.
No, there's really,
And
really
like,
not.
and it's run its course where I'm just like,
And it's schemed.
yeah, and it's just like you can go pull from anyone. You can go pull from some Big 12 teams, and again, it's against lesser competition. But they'll pull from even some like mid-tier Big 10 teams, like an Iowa,
Right.
who doesn't score points, who's now scoring points. It's like you're OU, you can't go score more than 2
Yeah.
touchdowns against an SEC team since
Unfortunately,
you've been in the conference.
unfortunately, I think the greatest example we've seen of this season has taken place with UCLA.
Let's do a timeout. We'll come back to UCLA. Back. Got a little refill going. So, Jay, you're on a point about UCLA. Talk to us about the Bruins.
So in terms of scheme and, it's not just your players performing, is it schematic? UCLA 0-4. Fires their head coach, promotes the interim coach, first time play caller. What do? Torch Penn State.
And remind me how long they had to prepare for that.
3
How lo-
days.
2 days
2 days.
to instill a completely new game plan.
And the offensive coordinator did not even know how to use the headset.
Tells you something about this game
Yes.
and the overthinking that goes
Exactly.
into some stuff.
You're overcoaching.
Okay. So he's a new Heisel. So it's not like he doesn't know the game of football.
Right.
But still, he's never called plays before.
Right.
Torches him. He makes Nico look like
Nico.
the preseason Heisman front runner that he should be.
And even if you grant that the unexpected can be difficult for a team to prepare for, still, he just let players go out and be athletes.
Yes. And it not just 1 week. It wasn't average. 2 weeks in a row.
That's right.
So it can change on a dime. It can change with the right verbiage.
If you put your ego to the side.
The
That's
right-
what I say.
whatever
Like you guys said, your stubbornness and your pride, and say
Here.
this isn't working. Maybe we should change it.
Because I'm gonna guess that he came in and something coaches might not do. It's just like, yeah, hey John, Matthew, what do you like to do? What do you like to throw?
Yeah, what are you comfortable
What are you
with?
comfortable doing? Hey Burks, what's your favorite?
Which is
route?
what we wanted
are you
them to
supposed to
do
do?
last
Right.
year when they made the change.
Yeah, offensive line. What's been working? We know what hasn't, but what do you think you guys are really good at? Oh, we love when we run the sweeps. Oh, okay. I don't know. Maybe it's that simple. Maybe it's
What
not that
clicks with you?
simple. I don't know.
Approach the offensive line and say, when you're out there and you feel comfortable and you know what's
Yeah.
going on, when I
What
play,
are we in?
tell me your emotion when I call XYZ, and what is your emotion when I call ABC?
Yeah.
And which is the one where you say, all right, I got this, and the other one where you kind of pucker up, because the pucker up we got to
Because you're not sure which guy I got.
Yeah,
Like, Coach,
we got to figure that
or
out.
if you still
or
confused,
you
it
can
goes-
execute what you should do.
Yeah.
And midpoint
panic in a
season,
block.
you got to say, all right, it's too late to try and correct some of this. We're just throwing that out. We're not doing that
You show them the
anymore.
playbook like it's a Rorschach exam.
Yeah.
And you're like, what do you see here?
I see a -2.
Well, and what's concerning? Yeah, exactly. What's concerning is like we talk about this great culture and everything. I'm worried that our guys are just they're all yes men. Like Canick, for example, right? Canick's been in this system so long. He's been a part of the brand or the rebrand.
And he's getting playing.
And he's getting playing time, and they're saying, "Canick, you think you can handle this?"
My only
Absolutely,
push-
coach. Yes.
My only
yes.
pushback to that is when you're a player and a coach asks you to do
You're not
something,
gonna
the
say-
last thing you're going to say is, no, I can't block.
No, but like, and fair enough.
But that's why you got to approach him with, hey, listen, this is a
No,
safe play.
no,
something
the
you can
coach
do.
has
What you
to
can
know
do.
that. The coach knows if you can block their SEC.
Well, they
team
don't.
or not.
They don't know it.
Yes, they
All
do.
22 from the practice, every single practice they have, they can watch the film.
Here's the
Say,
deal.
Yes. So
Why
why do we keep doing the same practice?
Exactly. Who knows? Panic did not block our Mason Thomas all freaking fall camp.
I don't care. Like,
It didn't
has
happen.
Canick shown any like spectacular ability all season on tape against opponents?
No, but that's
Jay had him with this amazing block where he got almost knocked on his ass
it was a good block.
into the south end
That was a
zone.
good block on Michigan. I don't care what you say. My point is, there's no way Canick and them blocked our defensive ends through fall camp.
You
So
should be-
what are they still
You
doing?
should be good enough evaluators, regardless of who they're going against at this level. You should be a good enough evaluator to say, yeah, it's against, one of our better defensive linemen or one of our not better defensive linemen. You should be
don't
able to
know.
look at someone and know
Okay, we
if it's going to work or not
Well, that's what I'm
work.
saying. The coaches have to know that they can't do it.
Correct.
They keep calling it.
Impossible.
Like you said, we did Bauer Sharp the whole
And
season.
it's an ego
he
and a
knew through
pride
game
thing.
3 or 4, he couldn't block anybody, and yet you kept having him come back in motion and try to block a defensive end that's an all SEC guy.
It's a classic case of someone who has it figured out on paper and is too stubborn or
No, I think it's
pig-headed
incompetent.
to,
I'm
or just
actually-
incompetent
I'm turning
to
towards
know it's
incompetent.
not going to work.
I think it's a lack of being able to not only understand that something's not working, but how to change something when it's not.
But that is
I don't think we know how to change things.
But that's a
because we
massive
don't.
level of incompetence. Because unless you're telling me that the other coaches on staff are too scared to speak up to say something, because I have a hard time believing that Kevin Wilson is going to be a yes man.
No, yeah, I don't
And
think
it's-
so either.
I have like he's not. They're not going to ask him, hey, what do you think about this run scheme? I got Kanik and Kent blocking these guys, and he's like, oh yeah, that just should work. No, he's gonna be like, guys.
So what's the deal? Because it's got to be driving him crazy. He's got to look at it and say, this doesn't make sense.
crazy. DeMarco Murray knows football. Bill Beanbo knows
I don't know.
football.
I don't think I agree with that.
They've
This is a
seen
bright
it.
light
I don't
situation.
think I
They've
agree
seen it,
with
though.
When it's working in practice, but then when we
It
get
could
out
be
in the field,
that.
there's-
It can't be
no
working in
execution.
practice.
It might be working to the degree of, well, the defense might go soft on him. You don't know what they're doing. Or Brent may think our defense is so damn good. Yeah, this is it. It barely.
Oh, okay, we can't block our Mason Thomas, but we're gonna block Dylan Stewart.
I don't know. Something's
just-
going on.
There is something because
And
they're
I
not
have-
changing anything.
And I have faith
Not
Kevin
changing
Wilson
anything.
can see it. I don't have faith DeMarco Murray can see it.
We need to go. So again, it's maybe an unfair analysis, but at the same time, two of our better drives, and again, they didn't end in points, but it was just like the OU Texas game last year, where our last two drives of the game were running 2-minute quick no huddle tempo and taking short freaking 6-7 yard passes that are semi-successful when Material's actually making the throw. But it looked like it had a flow. Like, why are we not just going tempo? Why are we not hurrying to the line, taking quick snaps on first and second
Well,
down?
we bitched about that ourselves, though.
As Brent stepped in and said,
No,
No,
he has
no,
not. I don't even know what you're gonna say, and he has not.
I'm
he
saying we
hasn't stepped
bitched.
in and said, we don't need to run tempo because my defense needs a rest.
No, I don't think.
I don't think
Brent
he
Brent
would say
says
that.
No, I'm
anything.
saying
I don't think so either.
And I wouldn't buy that.
I'm saying
That
we
was happening.
we've
Yeah.
bitched about this though with having a good defense like last year. Like slow the damn game down.
Yeah.
Give our defense some rest. Let the
Now
clock
it's the other
go.
Now it's
I
the
don't
other
really,
way.
but now it's the other way. I don't at this point, our defense, we're rolling people out there left and right in terms of substitutions and packages, where I'm not worried about that. If tempo works and you're moving the ball down the field, freaking run.
Well, you know
tempo.
what works? Points. And
Yeah,
tempo
go
works
score.
when it creates points. And when
Right.
you're not creating points, it doesn't matter
matter.
what you're going to do because our defense got tired in the second half of that game because we were getting beat and we weren't doing anything. Tempo that created points would at least been something.
We had 4 snaps in the third.
So apparently, at the end of the half in that debacle, the running back voluntarily substituted himself out, which is still a problem because the coaches ought to be smart enough to know the way I knew. I didn't
Just
know.
say no. Just say no.
Well, either
Once
just say
reached
no
a certain
or
point, though, the defense will still get a chance to sub.
No.
It's kind of part of that rule where we
like the Satania
fake
thing.
the, yeah, the same thing.
regardless.
If he makes a couple jogs to the sideline
Yeah,
and
yeah.
waving back,
Sure.
Texas would
Sure.
still get the sub.
I didn't know that from the stands and whatever 100 and 300 feet away I was. All I knew is we were substituting. They're going to run the clock. We need to call a timeout. They should have known instantly.
Immediately.
Yes.
But I'm going to get to a different point there, and that is the running back is substituting himself out. Now, maybe he was hurt, or is he just soft? What's going on with this offense that they don't want to just get the kill switch and let's go?
I think it's soft.
That worries me that it's just soft.
Well, I don't know if that's fair. If
I-
you're tired and you feel like you're not going to help the team on the next
I
play,
agree. I don't know.
I don't know that you.
But I'm
it's up-
saying it's
not that
one
it's up
little
to-
thing with
okay.
a lot of the crap going on.
Who was it?
I don't know, actually.
Okay.
We had the ball.
Regardless of who it was, they're probably not that into the
Down in
minutia
distance.
of the game, right? He's like, I'm tired.
Well, then that's
Well,
when the coach ought to say,
I mean, if it's
"You
play
know,
lock and he's a
stay."
true freshman, I could see that was the case. Like, he's like, well,
No, maybe
the
it's
next
something
play
you need
call-
to tell them two
Yeah.
plays before.
the next call's a
This is
the
go.
next call's a
2 minute
pass
drill,
Yeah.
boys.
and he's like, I'm so tired that I don't think I can make that block, and I don't want to get him hurt, so I'm going to the sideline and let
Well,
Robinson come in or whoever because they will make.
that's
that
your
block.
pregame prep of saying when we're in 2 minute drill,
There's no
you
substitute.
better be dying.
Right.
But there
you
were
don't
so
sub
many
unless I
coaching
sub.
mistakes on that drive,
Absolutely.
time wise.
Time wise, yes.
Before it ever got to that point,
Before it got
yes.
to that point.
From the 2 minute warning,
Plain
it was
soft.
it was
Plain for a
bad
field goal.
coaching
Playing soft.
with the time.
Soft, soft, soft. Sick of it. I'm ready for him to be tough and mean. All right, well, we're going to need to be mean against South Carolina. We're going to get to our predictions in just a little bit of what we think the score will be. I think we know what we have to do. It's contain the quarterback, make him beat you with his arm. It's really a lot of the same story of what we saw against Arch. It's just you've got a better runner. You can't, you need to get penetration, and I think they will. Don't over penetrate and let the pocket collapse
I have a
around him.
problem with over penetration.
Yeah, I've heard that. So
I currently.
before we get to some of those problems and predictions, let's hit a little bit of trivia. Now, I have some trivia for you guys. Let me cue that up. I want to know if you know, going back into the history of OU coaching, great coaching.
Can I make a quick point on Sellers right quick?
Oh, please do. Yeah.
I'll just look up his stats for the season. He's got 70 carries. Now, I'm sure that includes sacks, right?
Mhm.
For 117 yards.
That's nothing.
His longest run of the season is 20 yards. So I don't know that we can say that he's a major runner, but last year he had 166 carries, no, 168 for 674.
Wow.
So that was 4 yards a carry.
So
and
this
seven
will be
touchdowns.
the game they bring
He
up.
breaks out.
Yeah.
This year he's averaging 1.7.
He will
carry.
run for 176 yards and
Could be why they fired their offensive line coach, because maybe he's getting sacked too much, and that's
Right.
hurting his
Yeah.
yardage. But
And that's
And
what I was
they
gonna say.
know
that's
that's what they're
a
good
huge-
Their
at.
offensive line's gonna play lights out this week.
I mean, his longest run of the year is 20 yards. So that's not some game breaking bench young Michael Vick running that we
Well,
have.
he's
to
gonna have more than
worry
20-yard run.
about. Probably. His
Okay.
QBR for the season is 58.5. He's
That's
69,
not good.
69th in the country in QBR.
Well,
And the SEC games are just starting. So it's not like South Carolina
Right.
played a gauntlet the first
no,
6 games of the year
No,
for
they
him to
haven't.
only be getting that.
we have an opportunity here and
That's
we
right.
need to take advantage of it. No, great stats. So here's a little trivia for you. Who was the first and last team to beat the Sooners under each of these head coaches? Wilkinson, Switzer, and Stoops.
The first and
The
last.
first and last team to beat those coaches. I'll give you a little bit of a hint. All but one of them is a blue blood. Maybe one of them is a blue blood only recently.
So Stoops, I can tell you the first team that beat Stoops would have been 99. Would have been Texas was the first team to beat Stoops.
No,
I sure guess.
he lost to Notre Dame that season.
Ole Miss.
Oh, Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Yeah, Notre Dame in 99. The last team to beat Stoops would have been Ohio State.
That is correct. In 99, Notre Dame beat the Sooners 30-34 in South Bend, even though the Sooners were up by double digits at one point. And in 2016, Ohio State beat the Sooners in Norman 24-45.
And they won out.
And what about and they won the conference.
Switzer?
Switzer and Wilkinson.
Switzer's last loss,
What was that, 89?
it would have been 88.
Or is it 88?
88.
Let's say we beat OSU.
I'm gonna give you a hint.
88. You said, is that one you're saying could be a blue blood now?
Yep.
And that only
Miami?
constitutes Oregon or
Is it Miami?
Give you a hint.
Yeah.
It was his last game. Give you another hint.
It was a bowl game?
It was a ball game.
Bowl game, 88 bowl game.
Team wears orange.
Clemson.
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 6-13. First team to beat Switzer. This is definitely not a blue blood.
No idea.
Kansas.
Colorado?
Kansas in 1975.
I remember that game well.
3-23. I remember it well.
wasn't
I was
alive, but
I was only about 3 months old, but it really pissed me off. We had 4 fumbles and 4 interceptions.
Should have been throwing the ball that much.
The flukiest damn game. We had to try and come from
And then
behind.
Wilkinson,
Wilkinson. I'll give you a hint.
Notre
It's
Dame?
the same team.
the same team both times.
Same team both times.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame?
Nope.
Nope.
That's a good guess though. Real good guess.
Because they ended.
They
They started the streak and ended the
streak.
streak.
It's crazy how the turnover differential.
It's the same team, so
It's
either be
shifted.
Big Eight or
It's, we
If you
used
had
to-
8 turnovers in a football game right now,
Yeah.
you are murdered.
We used
Billy
to-
Sims
we
used
used
to
to fumble the
Billy
ball
Sims
5
used to
times.
fumble 3 times a game.
Yeah.
And he rushed for
Adams.
250 yards.
Abdul Adams
Six
Fumbled
touchdown
twice.
winners.
ran for 99-yard
got
touchdown, the
rid of-
longest run in OU history, and then fumbled next week. Was like, you gotta go. You gotta get out of here.
No good.
So it had to be a Big Eight team or Texas. I'm gonna say Colorado.
Remember the first
Not a
clue
blue
I
blood.
gave you?
It's not a blue
It's
blood.
the blue blood.
Oh, it is a blue blood. Oh, okay.
Alabama,
Well, Texas.
Texas. Texas 3-15 in 1947, and Texas in 1963, 7-28. The only team to beat Wilkinson in 1963. A game that I'm told from people who have been there or were there was a big upset that team in 63, the Sooners, probably should have been competing for a national title. Didn't even go to a bowl because we didn't do bowls every year back then. So in a different environment, that team very well was competing for maybe winning a national
Yeah.
championship.
tracks. That
Good
sucks.
trivia.
Good trivia.
Okay.
I like that.
Well, Jay,
Sure.
I don't know where you want to start, but I think we ought to just lock it in. And I think we ought to start with the locks of the week.
The Realist Deal Locks of the Week.
Well, let's go over where we stand in locks of the week. Last week I was 1-2, barely not 2-1 by half a point. So mad. Connor was 0-2-1, the first push of the season. We only had one push last season. Lucas was 2-1, very respectable. Thank you for pulling up the group average. Jay and the listener each 1-2.
No, I was not 1-2.
He was 2-1.
Oh, you were
He was
2-1.
2-1.
Ah,
And the listeners 1 and 2.
yeah.
Way to go, Nolan. Bringing down the listener average. I like to see it.
So sorry, Jay. Yes, 2-1, just like Lucas. I'm not giving you the same accolades though, because I'm used to 3-0 out of you, and
No.
that's the new standard. That's the standard. So for the season, I'm 11-10. Connor 8-12-1. Lucas 13-8. Jay right behind him at 12-9, and the listener at 7-14.
What were you?
So
13 and 8.
13-8. It's a good number. It's a real good number. That's
gonna
beat
be-
Vegas.
Gonna be 16 and 8 after this weekend.
Oh yeah, baby. Well, with that confidence, you're
Yeah,
going
let's go
first.
I've got Texas A&M minus 7.5 at Arkansas.
7.5, huh?
Is that neutral side or is that at Arkansas? Do you might know?
Is that not the same thing when it comes to Arkansas?
I mean, they used to play Jerry World.
I think it's neutral now. Or I think it's home and
You
home.
think
now.
it's home and
I
home
don't
now?
know. Let me look.
Last
Go
year
ahead.
might have been the last Jerry World game. I don't know. I have some friends that go to that game.
I don't think
You
it's
got
real.
friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on. Acquaintances. He pays him.
I have coming off of a non-OU hangover, Texas minus 11.5 at Kentucky, mostly based on Kentucky's terrible. I think there will be a little bit of a hangover, but 2 touchdowns isn't crazy.
I don't know if there's enough to be a hangover with what they did. I think they know they're
I mean, it was 13
it
to
was
6
surprising. Yeah.
in the balance until
Right.
the punt return with 3 blocking the backs.
Yeah, 4. It's at Arkansas.
It was 4
Yeah,
blocks in the
okay.
back.
That's what
Is
I
it
had.
in
here.
Fayetteville or is it in
No, it's in
Fayetteville.
Fayetteville.
They do one little game a year in Little Rock, but I don't think so. Then I have Cincinnati minus 21.5 in Stillwater against Oklahoma State.
OSU's just been a punching bag
Hey.
for us to picking.
I mean,
They just keep losing
People-
players too.
national people are
Yeah, what did
they're
they
the worst
have?
14 in football.
It-
It was UCLA until they decided to revamp their whole
That actually
coaching
maybe,
staff.
I can't think of a worse one.
I wonder if with
I say
No.
you give Casey Gundy the headset.
I like it, Casey.
Call some plays.
You got
Yep.
4 votes for Casey.
Former guest.
Former guest on the pod.
Yep.
Yeah, Oklahoma State, you may be onto something that Vegas isn't onto yet, because the rest of the nation probably isn't paying attention to the players that they're losing and the dysfunction of what that is.
I mean, they're paying attention to the guys in the stands where one guy stands there, takes his shirt off and waves it around.
Mhm.
And then another guy shows up, another guy, next thing you know, there's 200 or 300 guys
Whole section.
standing there waving
Who
their
doesn't
shirt.
want to be shirtless with 200 or
Fantastic.
300 guys?
Fantastic job by that guy.
When they
Getting
get the
started.
girls doing it, that's when it's gonna be pretty popular.
Yeah.
All right, so let's jump down to the listener. Who's our listener, Jay?
Greg.
Greg
Sounds fake.
from Lawton.
Greg
Tell
is
us-
real. It's not from
Oh, is he your friend from Canada? Oh,
Nope.
yeah. You guys go to different schools?
I'm not friends with Canadians. Uh, he is going with OU
Oh, God.
to bounce back and win by double digits.
So given 5.5.
Yes.
Okay.
He likes Ole Miss getting 7.5 against Georgia,
Okay.
and Nebraska minus 7.5 against the Gophers of Minnesota.
That's Friday night.
So that's an interesting one.
I like the other side of
Nebraska.
that one, honestly.
Kind of, I like Nebraska. Nebraska kind of sneaking around the coop, trying to get themselves into a playoff spot. You got Rule
Yeah, but
rumors
is
with Penn
Rule-
State.
Yeah, is he distracted right now?
I don't know if that guy can get distracted. He seems pretty focused on whatever's right in front
He's
of him.
pretty locked in.
Carolina would beg to differ.
He's only won like one. He hasn't won a game since he was at Purdue against a top 25 team. Something like that.
At Purdue?
Or where was he
Temple.
before?
Baylor?
Temple.
Oh, Temple.
When he was at Temple. Yeah. He hasn't won a top 25 game since he was at Temple. I think that's
And
right.
he just keeps moving up in the world.
Yeah.
That Baylor team.
Yeah,
Did
they
we
beat
leave
us.
before they got? Okay,
Did they not beat us? in the
No.
top 15?
Mm-mm.
Aranda.
He never beat him.
Aranda beat us.
Hmm.
Yeah.
21 season.
Yeah. Worst 9-0 team in
But that,
history.
I
We went
don't know.
down
We'd
there
have to
for
look
that
at that because
Was
the
that
his
4
job
years
at
ago?
Us down there for that.
That was 4 years
his
ago.
job at Baylor is what got him the head coaching job in the NFL.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah.
So I don't know.
But it was a turnaround. It was a huge turnaround from the Art Briles.
Well,
debacle.
Temple was a huge turnaround.
Yeah, it was. I
What-
think he's a good coach.
Yeah,
I'm
Oh,
just
I
telling you
think that
that's the
rule's a good
stat.
coach.
I did too.
That's the stat.
All right.
So we're sticking with you, Jay. Jay, give us what you got.
I got my locks.
Give me your locks.
I went with 3 games where the lines are odd. And I went with it anyways. I'm going Vanderbilt minus 2.5 versus LSU. For
Okay.
the first time since like 1983 or 1986 that Vanderbilt's favored in the SEC game,
It was
right?
the first time they're favored against LSU since like
Like the 40s.
58 or 40s or something. Yeah.
So it's wild.
It's wild.
This line made no sense, so I should probably go the other side, but I'm not. Undefeated Georgia Tech is getting 1.5 at Duke.
So you don't know about the suspensions.
There's got to be something around.
It's
that.
all the suspensions. All those
There
guys
were
got
the
caught and they're like, they don't have an offensive line.
Wrong. It. I don't get it. I don't know.
Vegas knows more than you do.
They
Jay.
do.
That's why it's a lock, baby.
Not.
I don't
today.
think so. He's 12-9.
Not today. And another one that looks confusing to me is Houston at home plus 1.5 versus Arizona.
It is confusing. Arizona is about as unserious about
So if
football
you're
as
listening
you
to
can
me,
get, it seems
take
like.
LSU, Duke, and Arizona.
There
That's
you go.
about
All right, Connor, what do you got?
I also have Ole Miss.
Agreeing with Greg from Lawton.
Yep, getting 7.5 against Georgia. I've got Oregon giving 17 against Rutgers.
That
And
doesn't
then-
seem like enough.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cross country travel.
It's true. It's a long
But teams
plane
from the
ride.
West do a better job with that.
I don't know. And then I've got Mizzou giving 1.5 against Auburn.
Okay.
I think Auburn has to be really deflated after last week, and maybe who knows? Maybe they're actually, I don't know.
That line scared me off.
I had 2 of those.
Yeah.
I switched
Just because that's one of those lines. Like, how is that not a touchdown? Like, why is it 1.5?
because Auburn's a really, really good defensive football team. Like
Yeah,
really
but
good.
they got a quarterback that doesn't make good decisions.
So I'm saying it still makes they're a team. They're a very hard out.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what people say about us?
This
No, we've
pod
only
or
been one
the
out.
football team?
We've only had one out.
I'm just saying.
We're not a hard out. They've lost multiple times. They're a hard out.
Well, I've got 3 that are money. I got Bowling Green giving 4.5 to Central Michigan, Chippewas, whatever they are.
That sounds like a
They're
service
Yeah,
bit.
service big.
Yeah, yeah.
This is you call Fat Jack and see.
No, that's my
See what's going
that's my
on.
number 1. That's a.
Are you going?
I got a 14.5
Are you
differential
going
in that game.
D2 in the
No,
next year?
both models agreed. Everything is coming together for
Illinois
that
State
game.
coming next.
That's as strong as it gets.
Yes.
Louisiana giving 3.5 to Southern Miss.
And with his third pick,
That's my second
his
toughest.
third
one.
pick, he's taking the UCO Broncos.
No, I would never take them.
Todd would love that.
So I did not take, you would like these others, Troy against Louisiana Monroe, UConn against Boston College, and East Carolina against Tulsa.
What are we doing?
I didn't pick those.
Okay, so who's your third pick?
The
USC.
Indiana Hoosiers, 27.5 against Michigan State.
Ooh,
I was a
nice.
hater last year against Indiana, and it was rightfully placed. I am a big believer. I think that
They're rightfully placed at the last two games of the year.
I said that they were vaporware and that they wouldn't materialize against a real team, and sure enough, I reluctantly picked them and won last week. I'm going to pick them again. I think they're the real deal.
Is Cincinnati there next year? There's a lot of openings. And more to come.
I would put it at 50-50 that Cincinnati stays, because Indiana knows what they have and they're going to do everything they can to keep him, because this is like their one shot. There's no way you can recreate that magic. And so you go to every donor you can and say, if you're at all interested
15
in
million.
us
You gotta pay
being
him
good,
10 a year or something.
huh?
You gotta pay him 10 a year to stay or something like that.
I don't know if it's that
I
number,
bet
but
it
it's a
is.
number.
For Indiana, it is.
It's a number. But you know, are you going to make a jump to a place with nothing but expectations? If you go to Penn State, you're in Indiana, you're golden, and you can keep doing what you're doing in your golden.
Nah, because they'll have false expectations then.
They will, but it won't be anything like Penn State's false expectations.
Yeah, if he takes him to 84s and 9s and 3s, they're not gonna get tired of that for 3 more
All you
years.
could do
Yeah.
is not shower with the kids at Penn State and you're good.
Well, I
Or
think
you can be there for 35 years and know about it.
Apparently you can't leave for Northwestern.
Quiet a little bit.
so. I like Indiana against Michigan State.
Good pick.
So Jay, turning to you,
Yes.
give us a meaningful prop bet of the week, something that is, I think, I'm going to guess, I don't know,
Uh-huh.
that's going to be pivotal to the Sooners getting a victory against South
Well, something
Carolina.
to kind of come up with.
I mean, what's our record in the props of the week?
Let me look that up. It's not real good.
Oh, you don't
for
have
me.
it? You already have it written down?
Well, no,
Well,
because
let's just not worry about it.
I've
then.
Yeah,
not
it's
been
not
good
worth
at it.
Go ahead, Jay.
All right, so Connor tried to ruin it earlier. Not
I think
Yeah,
I'm
he
3
didn't
and
know about
5.
it.
So
So I originally had one prop bet, but when I saw this today, I was like, I'm gonna switch it to this because it was just too ridiculous to really imagine. In SEC play, the University of Oklahoma offense has not scored more than 2 touchdowns,
Offensive touchdown.
offensive touchdowns in an SEC game. So,
no.
prop bet of the week,
Over under 2 touchdowns on offense.
2.5.
2.5.
Under. Lock it in.
Under.
Okay, what if we switch it to 1.5?
I'm not switching it.
It's 2.5. I have under.
Under.
Connor has under. Lucas has
Emphatic
under.
under.
Oh, emphatic
And
under.
then EU.
There's
An
no
EU.
an EU.
He's a Euro.
It's over for me.
All right.
I love it. I hope you're right. I hope
It has
it's
to be.
I hope it's freaking
I'm just saying it has to be.
12.
All right. Before I give mine, I'm going to tell you how much you're not going to like the fact that I'm probably going to agree with you. So I'm 2 and 5. Lucas is 3 and 4. Jay's 3 and 4. Connor is 4 and 3. As a group, we're 12 and 16. Prop bets of the week.
It's pivotal to our happiness,
It's everything.
our economy,
That's all that matters is my happiness.
Yeah, the normal
Our-
economy.
the
is
normal
fine.
economy,
Right.
all of it.
Our future.
Has to be more than 2 touchdowns.
I'm going to go over.
I'm speaking it into existence.
Now, if you said 1.5, back to your if
Yes.
we changed it, would you guys be over?
Yes.
I'd be under.
Oh my god!
I'd be over.
You'd be under 1.5.
Yes. We're gonna have a touchdown this week.
He's gonna.
On
He's
offense.
picking up
On
the
offense.
loose. He's picking
Yeah.
up the loose.
He's got to score in 4 touchdowns on defense.
He's picking
The
up
turnovers
loose.
come.
We've only got 2 turnovers. That doesn't happen.
Lucas is he's in that midseason bet hedging
15
mode.
to 9, Lucas.
So,
So I told you guys.
speaking of turnovers,
8 field
before
goals.
we get to predictions for the score, that was the question this week. So I asked if basically we've been abysmal at a negative 1.2 turnover margin per game. And I said, all right, what does OU most likely need their turnover margin to be over the next 6 games to make the playoffs?
+2.
So the question, the choices were less than 0, which is possible because that's what we've been, and yet we're 5-1. 1, 2, or greater than 2. 37% said greater than 2. 25% said each of 1 and 2. And then actually 13% said we can make the playoffs and be less than 0. I don't see that happening.
No.
I think it's probably, I put 2, and it's an about 2, obviously. So it's in that range of whatever, 1.5 to 2.4 or whatever. But I, if anything, you're right and I'm wrong. It's got to be a lot. We've got to create some turnovers.
I put greater than 2. And I'm usually not on that extreme end, but I really think like where this is at right now, especially with I think we can expect the offense to be nominally better in the back half. We should have that expectation at least, but I don't think it's going to be anywhere near like if you have this turnover margin or even a 1 or 2 at this rate, it's going to be tough to go and 2 would probably do it, I guess.
Okay,
Greater than 2 though,
thinking
I
about
feel
it,
good about it.
And
thinking
2 is
of-
margin.
Greater than
So
yeah,
that's hoping that we actually bring down
the number
our
of-
own
yeah,
turnovers.
exactly.
So if we bring ours down to 1 and we create
Even.
3, that's really good.
even it has to be the worst it is even.
Can't be negative.
You cannot be negative.
I don't think it'd be even. Not with that. Not, and I say that
Because
you can't
if
have
we-
a defense this good with a mediocre offense.
Yeah, but you could be even with
to
you
make
get
the
3
playoffs.
to make the playoffs.
You could get 3 and you give up.
You can't be
That's
this
still
bad
even.
on offense, make the playoffs, and not get some turnovers to help you out.
I know, but if we're giving up 3 and we're
Take away from
we're taking away 3, I trust the offenses on the other side of the ball
To put
to
points.
put points up where I don't think we can or will. Not even can. I don't think we will.
Yeah, I'm leaning from 2 to greater than 2 on the pessimism of we need all the help we can get to.
I'm worried we're heading towards being a, trivia question 30 years from now. Like, who finished the season, the only team to ever finish with the top 5 defense and force 4 turnovers.
Yeah, what if we're a
Season.
playoff team at 10-2 and we've not quit it?
No,
And,
seriously.
and
Did
we've
you
not
wake up at that point?
and we've not created any more than like 4 turnovers.
Yeah, no, really.
We're halfway through the season.
So you're a greater than
and we have 2.
I know.
how great how big are you?
I did 2 on the
You
question.
2, just 2.
2.
Okay. You got hope.
How many turnovers did Oklahoma State have 3 or 4 years ago?
Oh, like
40?
billion.
How many
42?
did they have this year?
Jim Knowles.
I bet they have more than us.
I'm just saying, but what was it was like 40, wasn't it? Like,
Yeah, no, they had
38,
an insane-
39.
Now
they had
back
an
to my
insane-
point earlier though.
Do you-
That was in a realm of a lot of offense, so a lot of at bats and a lot of desperation offenses that were creating things, and a Jim Knowles defense that was very aggressive and I
we're
love it.
very aggressive.
We're not aggressive the same way. We're not in the same make or break because no one's hitting the big plays over the top
This
on us.
defense is better. Is so much more talented than that defense was that created
Not what
40
I
turnovers.
said. Not what I said. I said aggressive.
Burned.
I don't think we're as aggressive as we need to be to create them. We're
Anyways,
not putting ourselves in
The
that position.
discrepancy is unbelievable.
It
At
is
this point
insane.
in the season, they were probably in the
Well, I
20s.
would love to have that stat.
They were probably in the 20s.
When is the last time OU has only had 2 turnovers 6 games into the season?
I'll say never.
Not even back in the Grinch year when we were like, why can't we get a turnover?
I'll say never.
Well, I don't have that trivia question, so I'm gonna say
Well,
you're
the
right.
answer's-
Well, let's just wrap it up talking about our predictions for the game. Lucas, I fear that I'm getting a OU's not going to cover the spread prediction out of you.
That's true.
What do you got?
I have Oklahoma 16, South Carolina 13.
Oh,
Only because it's back against the wall. You absolutely have to win this game, or you're going to be scrambling the next 5 games for bowl eligibility.
so
And it's going to be one of those, like, if you lose this game, it's going to have to be like the Bama game last year, where you come out, not going to say come out of nowhere, but against all odds, you
Okay.
beating a better team at home, which
So-
leaves you Ole Miss, Missouri, LSU to get one win to be bowl eligible.
So to keep consistent with the rest of your things, not that you're necessarily trying that, you could have 2 touchdowns and
I-
a safety.
I have 3 field goals
Okay.
and a touchdown.
Okay.
I think it'll be
Offensively?
offensively. I think we kick a field goal in the fourth quarter. It may not be like a last second field goal, but I think it's tied at 13. And in the last 8 minutes or so, somewhere in that range, you're kicking a field goal to go up, and then you're doing everything you can on defense to keep them off the field
Well, and that would be kind of,
or get them off the field. I guess
that'd be
you'd say.
high tension, but it would be
Definitely.
really cool to see us finish a game where we're on defense and we hold them.
We did
from-
it against Auburn.
We did it against Auburn, but
And
remember
we kind
back
of did it against
to
Michigan.
how many, yes, but how many times in the last 4 years we've not done that? West Virginia, Oklahoma State, again and again and again. So many teams go down and get that last drive and score to win the game. This would be to tie it.
And I'm looking at the QBR for John Mateer on a 5-game sample.
five game
68.3.
sample.
Yeah, he only played 5 games.
Oh,
He-
right,
He didn't play
Kent State.
Kent State. 68.3 is 45th in the country in QBR. And what did I say Sellers was? 50th or something like that?
Yeah,
He's 6 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. That's not
it's Heisman, baby.
Heisman front
That's-
material.
That's
Well, he's
That-
not the Heisman front
And
runner.
obviously he
Oh,
played
that's
3
good.
but going into that game, he was only 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. We've had seasons, and I know we can't keep comparing everybody to Baker and Kyler and
6
Hurts.
touchdowns in a game.
6 touchdown. Well, I mean,
2
in
games.
2 games for sure.
Correct.
All of those guys. I mean, Landry Jones would throw 3 touchdowns in a game.
And
throw
3
3 the next game.
interceptions.
But again, it's just like the fluidity thing that I'm talking
And
about.
and John Mateer's only faced 2 SEC defenses and a really good Michigan defense. But the 2 other Patsies he played
And
were
Temple,
not any
Temple
good.
was a good defense.
No,
How many you ran in?
Probably 5.
I don't know. I just lost it.
He had 2 against Michigan, at least 1 against Temple.
Illinois State.
Yeah,
Because last week,
2 against Auburn.
last week broke the streak,
Let's
right?
see.
Because he had like
Yeah,
a long streak of passing and
Passing
rushing
and
touchdowns.
rushing.
He's got 1, 2,
Like a
3,
double-digit
4,
streak.
5 rushing touchdowns.
5. What'd you say?
He's only got 1 more
Did you,
passing.
did you say your score?
yeah.
What'd you say? What was it?
16-13 Oklahoma.
Okay.
All right,
3
Connor,
field goals
what do you
and a
got?
touchdown.
I have 23-17. Ooh. Oh, you.
Okay, field goals
Cover it.
playing a big role and
By
covering.
half a point.
Field goals playing. I think we are very happy to settle for field goals, and I hate it. But I think our coaching, and I think we get inside the 30 and we're like, we have Sandell, and I think we lose aggression.
I mean, they played the whole final drive of the half. Looking
Trying to get
take
a field goal.
And they go, well, we've got 10 seconds. We'll take a shot, which backfired because we didn't get the 3 points. But you could tell when we took the ball
Mhm.
on that final possession,
when
we
we
were
passed,
playing for a field goal.
when we passed midfield, it was straight up field goal.
Which
I
was
mean,
the
they were just
wrong
letting the clock
decision.
run
Wrong decision.
They
Yeah.
should have tried to let the clock run to see what developed, and then everything changes when you cross midfield. And then it's like, how can we get as many shots at the end zone as possible and settle for a field goal?
Yeah, if
Not
you had to
play
set for a field goal with a minute
They
left,
played for a field
you're
goal.
not expecting Texas to go get any points in that minute
No.
because they had only got 3 points the whole
Yes,
first half.
come on. Have
So,
some faith in your defense.
100%.
Very frustrating. Jay, what do you got?
I'm going against my prop bet.
You're going against your pick in the prop bet?
Yes.
So
That
9.
doesn't make sense at all.
Yes, it does.
So
But-
2.5, you're going
You-
over on the.
because I don't
touchdown?
How many
If I'm
defensive
wrong.
scores are we going to get,
I
though?
don't care if I'm wrong with my prop bet. I'm saying we have to have more than 2 touchdowns in this game. It doesn't mean we're going to have more than 2 offensive touchdowns in this game. We
You're so
have to have it.
stupid.
Okay.
20-16.
We're gonna miss an extra point.
Some weird scores, man. A lot of field goal scores. I
2
don't know.
touchdowns, 2 field goals.
20-14, you said?
And how they get
16,
into 16?
Huh?
Three, the same as
3 field goals.
3 field goals and a touchdown? All right.
It's a weird score.
They're all weird scores because it should be like 45-7 because we should be better than we are. And that is not my prediction. All right. I wrote down a prediction.
I'm gonna guess Steve's prediction.
and I don't like
Let me guess it.
I don't like this prediction. Guess it.
I'm gonna guess you're gonna say it's 24-21 OU.
I'm going to say Steve's got 24-10.
I'm saying he's going into 30.
All right. You
He's
two
not that dumb.
are right. on OU, and the average between the two is almost like 24-14.
Okay.
So I think we're the only one who gets a field goal, and I'm kind of to what I'm predicting the score of what we need it to be where we need to be. We need to win this game and win it decisively, and unfortunately, decisively is 10 points.
A double digit.
A double digit.
I think a double digit win in SEC play
On the
is a
road?
really good win.
On the road
A
At that,
really good
in that environment,
with what we
Yeah.
what we just put up against Texas.
No, really, anybody. That's a good win. in
Be
SEC.
huge.
Okay.
And the over-under's like 42.5 last time I looked. So I'm pretty close, but under on that. So I don't know.
I think we're all under.
Yeah, we're all
Okay.
under. So I don't know. I mean, it'll be kind of interesting to see. That seemed like a high over-under to me with
I
these
would
two
agree.
teams.
I would agree.
But weird things happen.
Are
This-
we gonna just get a game eventually where we're just like, oh my God, this is the offense? Like,
And that might be this game.
I just want that to be like, because we've had that on defense. Like, I think the it's proven itself out. Like, I think Michigan happened and that was it, right? I'm ready for it to happen on offense. We're like, holy cow! Like, look at the ball move. Look at us go downfield.
South Carolina's 5 for 7 in field goal attempts.
But only kicked 7.
He's 1 of 1 from 20 to 28.
They're gonna be 8
Or
for
49.
11 this week.
2 for 2, 30 to 39, 2 for 4, 40 to 49. As long as 49.
Well, I don't know. I like how we all got us winning, and that's reasonable. I mean, we're favored. The 5.5 seems
Against
like
my
a
better
lot.
judgment, I picked OU to win.
Against my better judgment, I was covering. I think we win, but I think
Who
it's
else
more
did-
like
did
3
you cover?
points.
So I cover what?
Are you OU covering?
No,
No,
You?
it's 3 points.
he's got it by half point.
So I don't.
Yeah,
You don't.
yeah. 2 yes, 2 no.
With a realist.
I want to
And-
give a shout out to our Texas listeners.
Yeah, thank
We had
you.
some comments on YouTube from Texas fans that watch and left some comments, and that's always cool to hear opposing fans listen to the podcast.
Especially opposing fans from Texas who are actually competent.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's appreciated.
I mean, they
that
might
is
have just been watching us to laugh after the game, but
but
it's still
no,
still
it's good. But they
enjoyable.
had meaningful comments, and I appreciate those listeners. I appreciate all the listeners, but I really appreciate the big rival and people that I respect as a rival, respect as another program, and they're listening, and so that means a little bit more. I think that's pretty awesome. But
What is the SEC?
it just means more. I definitely does, and I don't know. We'll be back to talk about it on the post game and see just what actually happened and how mad or happy we are. But until then, Boomer.
Sooner.